So today on Bakehouse Sport, we are here for the Rugby League World Cup preview. We better get a move on because the Rugby League World Cup starts tomorrow, so let's get started. For a country of roughly 323 million people, you'd be expecting the United States to do, pretty well. If you didn't know Rugby League and you didn't know what you're talking about. If you're an avid fan of Rugby League, you'd know that in this tournament, the United States are actually pretty irrelevant. That's only because all the focus is on like the NBA, or the Major League Baseball, or the NFL, or even hockey. There just isn't much time for another sport like Rugby League to prosper and develop. Now, the only player from the USA squad that may ring a bell with Rugby League fans out there is Eddie Pettybourne. But even he finds it quite difficult to consistently get games from the Gold Coast Titans. However, in saying all of this, Rugby League is growing in America. There is a subtle emergence of a professional league, which really is helping the stock. My personal opinion is that this World Cup is just going to be the start of what is to grow for Rugby League in America. My advice to USA fans, look, forget about 2017 World Cup. Forget it. But look to the future. It definitely has potential. Bloody unbelievable. What the bloody hell is going on here? Tonga looking like they're going to be a serious threat this time around. Taumalolo, Fafita, tearing up defenses from the forwards. Connell, Michael Jennings, Willa Puane, Daniel Tupou, Manu Vatuvei. Jeez, I could just go on and on with this team. To put a comparison on it, I'd say that they're kind of looking like the Fiji of the Sevens tournament. They're just looking phenomenal, looking like they're really kind of exploding onto the scene. But, and this is a pretty big but, they're looking pretty susceptible on the halves. They should definitely progress through their group of New Zealand, Samoa and Scotland. However, they just need to find direction, and hopefully Lolohea and Hingano can provide that. Wales? Rugby League? Since when? The last World Cup win was in November of 2000. I was 6 years old then. They haven't got a single player in their entire squad from the NRL, and they've got to play two pretty decent teams in Fiji and PNG. Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, good luck with that. See ya later, Taumalolo. Hey. At least they've got Jesse Bromwich to take charge, right? Kevin Proctor though, he's a beast. Oh. Well, I guess that Tohu Harris is going to have to lift the cup for New Zealand then. Oh my god! Okay, now, in all seriousness, at least they've got Kieran Foran to lead them in the half. If you didn't get what I was referring to there, basically, they've got injuries. A lot of injuries. So it's going to be difficult for New Zealand to replicate what happened in 2008 when they won the tournament in Australia, in Brisbane. I was actually there for that. Got to witness New Zealand win it. Thanks, Billy Slater. In saying all of this, yes, there's a lot of injuries, but I do believe that it's been blown way out of proportion with everyone saying that New Zealand have no chance of winning the World Cup. We all know the Kiwis are very proud of their heritage, and we all know that they're obsessed with anything that encompasses a rugby ball. Don't write them off just yet. Passion, dedication, commitment, pride. These are just some of the words that epitomise the Fijian Bati jersey. And it shows, considering they've made the semi-finals in the last 2 World Cups. They're going to breeze through their group stage. But if they're going to make a third consecutive semi-final berth, they're going to need to take down New Zealand, Samoa, or Tonga to get to the semi-finals, playing them in the quarters. Which is obviously a very big ask. The Pacific Islands are coming. What are the talk is about Fiji and Tonga? Why is Samoa not getting a mention? Where's Samoa? A young, pacey backline, Tim Laffey, young Tonomapia, Joey Leilua, partnered with a strong, powerful fullback in Josh Papali, Frank Pritchard, Leeson Armour. They aren't shortchanged for getting up the field through the middle, through the forwards, and being able to score on the wings or the centres. But just like Tonga, their halves aren't exactly fantastic. It's just a real shame that Milford wasn't playing this World Cup, because if he was, I would actually give this team a bloody shout. They've never made the semi-finals of a World Cup. Could this be their first? I'm not going to put it past it. A little bit tough, I'm not going to lie, but I wouldn't put it past it. Oh, Lord. Not bad. James Tedesco. Jeez, Mark Minicello, Terry Campese. Just the old boys are back in town. To be honest, not a terrible team. Like, I wasn't expecting much from Italy, but after looking at their team, it's not terrible. I don't think they're going to do too much with it, but James Tedesco will light up the field for the Azzurri. But their backline as a whole is pretty average. In a group of just 3, with Fiji and USA, only one progresses. It's a bit of a tough ask. Will we ever forgive Billy Slater for 2008? I really don't know. I really don't No. The main focus out of the group stage for Australia is really just watching the New Zealand versus Tonga match.
Yes. Yes, that's it, boys. That's it. Enjoy each other. Eat them up, boys. Yes, that's it. That's it. Enjoy each other.
It's kind of boring, to be honest. We all know Australia's going to win this World Cup, and it's basically just seeing who's going to come second. It's basically everyone else playing for who's going to be playing against Australia in Brisbane in the final. As an Australian myself, you know, winning's fantastic, but I want to see a team really give it to Australia. I want to see a team really compete and make the final interesting, or make the finals interesting. Otherwise, it's just like, why are we watching? I don't know, but I just want to see a good game, man. Looking at the team list, can you tell me where a single player bloody plays in actual just normal rugby league? Or where do they play? Yeah, I know where they play. I've done my research. But just looking at it, can you tell me where the bloody hell they play? Because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Apparently 12. Yes, 12 of this French team play for the Catalan Dragons. And 9 will be making their international debut for the French. With such a rich history in rugby league, considering they actually were the ones who initiated the whole World Cup concept, you'd expect them to compete, but with a lot of inexperience and the whole country relying on 23-year-old captain Theo Parkes to get them through, it all seems a bit too much. Alrighty, now's the point in which we get to talk about the unluckiest team in the World Cup 2017. Let's get a drum roll, please. Scotland! Come on down! You must be wondering, what do you mean? Well, all you need to do is go and have a look at what group they're in, who they play, and wham bam thank man, there's your answer. They've drawn the Kiwis, Samoa, and Tonga in their group. They'll need a miracle. They'll need a miracle to progress. Fresh off a grand final day humiliation with the Hunters, PNG are back. This time they're looking the goods. Much like Fijians, Papua New Guineans are mad for their sport, and especially rugby league, which is going to be a huge boost to their World Cup stocks. They have a really quality looking team. David Mead, Asa Boas, James Segayaro, Nana McDonald. However, truth be told, the Kumuls need a really successful World Cup, especially considering they're vying for a team in the NRL. They should make it out of their group with ease. They should make it out of their group with ease. But I just worry because there's so much unrealistic expectations put on this PNG side to win the World Cup. It's just not going to happen. Obviously, this team is going to be very similar to the Welsh NRL representatives and pretty much all Super League contingent. The best the Irish can hope for is probably getting their first ever win in the competition, and that could come against Wales. That's still in the danger match because they both, the last time they played, they got trounced. So don't expect them to be in finals because we all know that PNG have locked that up in the group. The thing with England is that they always kind of stutter around the quarterfinals. You know, with players like Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Wayne Rooney. Well, he's a little bit too old now. Actually, he's nearly as old as the granny he was. Oh wait. We're talking about rugby league. They've got a decent few stars in their team list, but can they really push the Aussies? I don't know, they should be definitely making the semis as a minimum, especially with Sammy Burgess leading the way. But can they really give it to Australia? That's my main question. My prediction, England will be playing Australia in the final in Brisbane, where they'll ultimately fall just short. But at least they come first in a long line of losers. It's better than coming last in a long line of losers, am I right? Michael Leica, Tim Manor, Mitchell Moses, Robbie Farah. To be honest, Lebanon is such a 50-50 for me. Positives, they've got a massive fan base in Sydney and Melbourne. Plus, they've got a pretty decent spine. Negatives, still yet to win a match in the World Cup, despite qualifying in 2000, and Robbie Farah. The Lebanese should just be very thrilled to have qualified for the competition. Like, it's fantastic that they're here. They're in a group with Australia, England, France, which is bloody terrifying for any team to have to go through. I can definitely write off the Australia and England games. They're written off, forget about them. But could they get their first ever win against the French? I don't know, I wouldn't put it way past it. I wouldn't put it past it. But then again, you know, they do still have Robbie Farah on the team. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up so I know that you're enjoying this content. I'm not going to be able to film the Australia vs England game tomorrow, unfortunately. I'll be travelling to Suva for the Fiji and Drua versus Sydney Rays match, which is going to be phenomenal. Really excited for that. Fiji and Drua really need to win that match. But anyway guys, just before we go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. home so that you get all this in your subscription feed, no matter what sport you do. Also, I am starting up something new, guys. I'm starting up something new. If you guys are regularly getting involved in my channel, all different aspects, all the Twitter, Instagram, all that, you guys are active. I am going to choose one person per video, and I'm going to put their comment here, whatever I find is the funniest comment relating to sport. What it's going to be is today's What Is YouTube comment, so you have to go and comment below. You're going to have to watch all the way to the end of the video to know exactly where to put your comment so that you can feature in tomorrow's video. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.